Let's talk about the absolute best playbooks in Madden 25. A lot of playbooks got a lot of new formations and plays this year, so there's a lot of good ones to check out. Let's first start with the Ravens playbook. Now, the Ravens is a very well-balanced playbook that also offers a lot of gimmicky stuff as well. You've got some single back, you've got some I form, you've even got a decent amount of pistol as well with some pretty unique plays in here. So if you are a guy that likes to kind of sprinkle in pistol, you've got that. But then you get the shotgun and you've got some great stuff. You've got the heavy Raven QB running type of formation. You've got the split wing nasty, which is not in a lot of playbooks. You've got a new formation called the U off trips, which is very, very unique. As you'll see, there's multiple different QB runs. You've got powers, you've got counters, you've also got read options, you've got bubble screens, you've got some nice passing plays, you've got a halfback sweep, you've got tight end screens, you've got everything in this formation. This is one of those formations that can be really annoying, and especially with a fast QB, you definitely want to check this out. We've got a deuce close formation, and you'll notice in a lot of the playbooks, there's a lot of new auto motion stuff, which is pretty cool this year. They've added a lot of the cheat motions and stuff that teams are using in real life, and you're going to see them sprinkled in most playbooks. Moving through here, you can see more auto motion in the normal and the double sets. You've got flex off weak, Y off trail weak, and then you start getting into some of the good stuff. You've got a trips tight end, which is always very good in Madden. You've got gun bunch, which now also features some of those new auto motion plays. This is always the best formation in Madden, so if you have this in your playbook, that's always a good bet. You've got the bunch Y flex, which also has some new auto motion. You've got bunch offset. You've got spread with cheat screens, cheat motions, cheat wheel routes, some spread sets, you've got some more tray and trips, and then you've got a bunch of empty sets as well. So the Ravens playbook is completely loaded with tons of fun stuff to try. Now, really quickly, I do want to mention that I also offer a membership where I post my ebooks, my highest level offensive and defensive strategies to help you win more games. I also post my high level strategies for College Football 25 there as well if you play both games. And right now you can take advantage of the limited time free trial, so it's no cost to you. Moving on to the next playbook, the Dolphins playbook. If we're talking about fun new playbooks and formations and plays, you got to talk about Miami because they're going to have probably the most motion stuff in the game because they run so much of that in real life. They also got a ton of under center stuff, which also again features a lot of those auto motions, jet sweeps, cheat screens, anything, you name it. This playbook, under center and shotgun, just has everything you can want. It's even got a bunch of pistol sets as well with those same motions. You're going to probably hear me say the word motion a lot in this video because it's one of the biggest updates to gameplay we've ever seen. The way they've littered the playbooks with these, and you can see as we're just scrolling around all the different wheel routes. You've got routes that break back over the middle. You've got screens that use these motions. Just a ton of stuff. Miami, probably, I would say, outside of the Ravens, those are probably the two most fun playbooks in the game to try out because they just offer so much variety of crazy stuff, and you've got some really good formations as well that are always going to be popular and good in Madden, like the tight Y off, like tight Y off weak, which now again features new plays. You've also got tight slots halfback week, so Miami is pretty much filled with all the best tight formations, and of course they still have a bunch themselves. You typically do want a playbook that has some form of bunch because it's just a really safe, tried and true go-to. And then you've got a bunch flex, you've got bunch wide nasty, which is a little bit of a switch up. You've got doubles, you've got tray Y flex, which is another formation that's tried and true every year. And then you've got a bunch of empty stuff as well. And you can see scrolling through here just some of the nasty screens, the jailbreaks, the angle routes or Texas routes, just a ton of cool stuff in this playbook. Hey, really quickly, if you're still here at this point in the video and you haven't subscribed yet, you might as well go ahead and subscribe, join the family. That way you never miss out on any of these important Madden tips to help you win more games. Next on the list is the Vikings playbook. This is another one that got quite a nice little bit of an update this year. They have a ton of single back. If you're an under center guy, definitely one of the playbooks that you would want to check out. They even have the bunch X nasty, which is usually a pretty tough formation. Even got the tight doubles under center, got trips. One of the better playbooks for single back in the game. But you've also got I-form close, you've got I-form slot, which is really good. You've got some strong and strong close. I mean, the Vikings really have almost every formation you could kind of want. They're one of those playbooks. It just has a lot to offer. Then you get to shotgun. You've got tight Y off. I mean, look at the play deep crossers. Like, just some of the new crazy plays they put in this game. Absolutely sick. But tight Y off weak with a bunch of new plays. These are always going to be two tough formations. Then you've got the wing slot offset. You've got normal sets. Then you get to the bunch stuff. This is where this playbook kind of picks up. You've got bunch open offset, but you have bunch tight end. And this is probably the most unique bunch tight end in the game from what I've seen because it is just loaded with both plays that you're used to, like PA boot over and the inside zone and X spot and mesh, but then it's got some of the new plays that we saw debut in college football, like the PA verticals play, which is very good. You've also got some plays like whips. You've got all of these cheat motion plays in here as well. So probably the best bunch tight end in the game, also mixed with a playbook that has a good amount of tight sets. Another tight open here. Then you've got spread, you've got tray, and you've got a bunch of empty. You got 4 empty sets, which is not something you see in most playbooks. So this is a playbook which I would say its strength is its balance. It has a really good under center. It's got the most 5 wide. So if you like those two things, you have that. But it has the best bunch tight end in the game, and also some other good shotgun sets as well. So kind of just a really good balanced playbook that has some unique things in it. The next playbook is the Seattle playbook. Now this was a playbook that had been on the list most years, and then recently they kind of nerfed it a little bit, but this year they brought it back and they've got a ton of good stuff. So another playbook that is a pretty good single back if you like being under center. It's got some other little decent under center stuff. Then you get to pistol. You've got a few pistol sets as well, which is always nice, but the shotgun is where this playbook shines. And if you are familiar with the College Football 25 game, this is essentially the Alabama playbook. It's missing a few things, but it is like 90% Alabama playbook. And Alabama, in my opinion, is the best playbook in College Football 25. And I mean, even down to the speed options, this playbook has a bunch of speed options in it, which is really good. It's got some of these crazy sets like the wing tight nasty. You've got a deuce. You've got some normals and off trips. Again, you're going to notice all the cheat motions and screens. But you get over to like trips tight end. This is the same trips tight end from the Alabama playbook, which also features the QB zone run, which is one of the best runs in the game. So you have that in this playbook as well, along with those speed options. You've got the trio halfback weak, which is really good. You've got bunch tight end. Again, you're going to see the plays from college football in here. So this playbook has PA verticals, much like that Vikings playbook. Very, very tough play. But this playbook is a little bit more of the college version, whereas the Vikings playbook is kind of a mesh between the Madden and college version. So that's why I say that one's better. But this is probably the next best one right here is in Seattle. Then you've got bunch Y flex. You can see a lot of new plays in here. You've got normal, you've got spread, you've got more trip stuff. You've also got quite a few empty sets as well. So again, if you're a guy that likes to go empty, much like the Vikings playbook, the Seattle playbook is going to be another good option for you. The next playbook we have to look at is the Jets playbook. Now this was one of the best playbooks from the start of last year to the end of last year, and that's going to be no different this year. It doesn't really look too different. There's probably a few new plays in it, but it's very similar to last year. But last year it was a good playbook, and it's good again this year. So a lot of single back here. This is a very good balanced playbook, much like that Vikings playbook. A lot of single back. You've got some good I form. This is one of those few playbooks that have I form close, I form slot, and also strong close. Those are always popular and good in Madden. So that combined with the single back make this one of the best under center books in the game. Then you get the shotgun, and it's also got a great shotgun. You've got multiple split shotgun sets, which again has some of those new plays and screens in them. And then you scroll through. This is where the playbook really picks up. You've got tight doubles, again with some new plays. This is an underrated formation every year in the game. You've got your doubles, you got your Y off trio weak, but this playbook is just good because of the fact that it has tight doubles. It has a great under center, and then you get right here where it just gets nasty. You've got trips tight end offset, one of the best formations in the game. You've got bunch tight end, again, one of the best formations in the game. Now this is just the Madden version of bunch tight end. This one doesn't have any of the new college plays, so kind of a little bit of a knock there, but it's still a really good formation even still. Then you've got gun bunch, which is always great. Then you've got tight offset tight end, which I don't even know if this is in any other playbook. So the Jets playbook, in terms of just being balanced, it has pretty much most of the best under center formations you like, and it has most of the shotgun formations that you like. It also has tray Y flex. Of course, it has a bunch of empty sets as well. The Jets, if you're just a true Madden guy and you know the Madden type of plays and playbooks and formations that you like, the Jets playbook might be the one for you. Much like that Jets playbook, the Colts playbook is very similar in that it's a tried and true playbook for the past couple of years. Not a lot of crazy changes here, not much of an under center playbook. This is more of a shotgun playbook, and this was just one of the best playbooks the last couple of years for one main reason. It's got a good shotgun, but really what this playbook does come down to is it's got a lot of formations, but it's got the bunch offset. And as far as I know right now, from what I've looked at, this is the only playbook that has the double post play, which has been the best play in the game for probably 4 years. It is just an easy play. Beginners love it. Pros love it. It's a really, really, really just tough play to stop. And it's also in the gun bunch, which has other great plays. And you also have the bunch strong nasty, so you can mix both of these together. And the bunch nasty does have those new plays and some of the tried and true ones. So these two together are kind of why you use this playbook. Again, it has other good shotgun formations. It's got tight Y off. It's got trips tight end offset. It's also got a trips tight end flex. You can use all these formations, but the bunch you know, if you're a bunch guy, this is probably one of the main playbooks you'll want to look at this year. And for the number one playbook to start the year, it has to be the Packers. Another playbook that is very balanced, but very shotgun heavy at the same time, if that makes sense. A lot of good single back. You've got the bunch nasty, you've got the tights, you've got the deuce close. You go to I form, you do have the I form Y off close and close flex, which is good. You've got strong close, not something that's in a ton of playbooks, but always very good. But then you get to shotgun, and this is where this playbook gets nasty. So you've got the split sets, you've got the wing sets, you've got a bunch of tight sets, tight Y off weak. We've seen this. This is definitely in a lot of playbooks, but this playbook is just more loaded than those playbooks. You've got the Y off weak, of course. You've got double, you've got Y trips, but this is where it gets nasty. Trips tight end, and this is a standard trips tight end, which is a little bit better than like trips tight end offset and stuff like that. You got bunch wide, you've got bunch strong offset, one of the better versions of bunch in the whole game. There's different versions now, and this is definitely one of the better ones, but you also have bunch strong nasty. So again, a good 1-2 punch here, combined with the trips tight end, combined with the tight Y off weeks, and then you got bunch tight end as well. Now this is the Madden version of bunch tight end, which means it doesn't have the new college plays in it like the Vikings and Seahawks playbooks do, but when you combine that with the fact that this playbook has trips tight end, bunch strong, bunch nasty, tight Y off weak, trips tight end, tray Y flex, this is just another one of those Madden playbooks. If you've played Madden for the past few years and you know what works in Madden, you know it's good, this is one of those playbooks that you're probably going to want to look at for Madden 25. Now that you know about the best playbooks in the game, you're halfway there. Now you need to know about the rest of these important tips right here on the screen to help you win the most games possible.